Hi, it's Bryce from CPAP Direct. Congratulations on your purchase of the SmartMed iBreeze device. In this video, I'm going to cover everything you need to know about the device physically, how to look after it, when to change stuff, and what you need to know about the components. I'm going to run through first time setup for before you use the device, and also all of the settings and everything and what they mean, so that way you are fully across how to look after your device and how to use it and how to get the most out of it. It's important to get started right and make sure that your device is connected to Wi-Fi and the app is all set up. To do this, you want to set up your device and connect the power. The second thing is to set the date, format, and the time. And the third step is to download the SmartSleep mobile app to complete the account setup and the Wi-Fi connectivity. If you need help with this, please check the details below for the link for our SmartSleep setup video. So we'll start by unpacking the device, and you can sort of see physically what we need to put together for your first time use. So it'll come in a bag. You can see the SmartMed bag here. So in your pack, you have some manuals. You'll have your device, CPAP tube, power supply, and you'll also have this little pigtail kind of thing which goes on the heated tube. On the back of the device, you'll see there's a slot here for another piece that's in your bag, which looks like this. So this is a tube connector that goes on. You marry up the arrow with the unlock and lock it across to that there. Super important that you have this on anytime that you also take the humidifier out. So to take the humidifier out, you put your thumb on the top, you squeeze down there, and you pull. That comes out like that. And this is your humidifier. Underneath it is the humidifier plate. This is the heater plate that gets warm. The way that you fill up the humidifier, there's an arrow at the front there that you can see. So just hold it in your hands and with your thumb, push that forward, and then that peels off like that, and then you can fill the water up to probably the halfway mark. You don't need to go to max, just to the halfway mark is fine. Once you've got water in there, that sits back on. So there's a little hinge there that sits there, and then you just push that forward with your finger. So that slides in there like that, and that's your humidifier. The other thing to take note of, if you are trying to set the humidification and there is, and you can't seem to get to it in the menu, that's probably because there's no water in it. You can't set the humidification level unless there's water in it. This device has a sensor which detects moisture, and one of the cool things about this is if you run out of water in the middle of the night, the device will actually turn the heater plate off so you don't get that really burnt, dry smell in your mask, which is the case with just about every other CPAP machine I've ever seen in my life. So great little functionality of this one here. You'll also see on the side here we have the filter. So this is where when you need to change your filter every couple of months, you can just basically pull the little fabric filter out of that and replace it. Just goes on the side. We have an SD card slot in the front there as well. On the very top of the device, we have our main power button, and we also have the ramp button if you're using a ramp, and the main scroll dial, which is how you navigate the menu, and that's also a button as well. So you select by pushing in the scroll dial, and you move around the menu with the scroll dial from there. On the back, let's have a look at the heated tube connection. This is where we use our little black pigtail. So on the tube, there are two different ends. So there's the main big end that's all smooth. That is for your CPAP mask to go in. And then you have this other end here that has a little black section there with two prongs. So we take the piggy tail with two prongs, and you can see there's a little lip there. And we just basically line them up like this and push it on like that. Then the tube goes onto the tube connector like that, and which leaves the last bit there. You can see there's 4 pins in that one, plus a space there for the release. So that just basically goes in and pushes in like that. Nice and easy. Now your heated tube and your humidifier chamber should be replaced every 12 months. They have a 12-month warranty on them, as does the power supply. Before using the device for the very first time, it's important that you set the date and the time and the format, and also ensure that Wi-Fi is turned on. If the device has been pre-configured, you may not see this screen when you first turn it on. You might need to go into settings. However, when this comes up, just click on English with the scroll dial, and then scroll down to the date format and change that to day, month and year. And then you can scroll back up the top and set the date. Then scroll down to settings and just make sure that Wi-Fi is on and oximeter connection is also on. Here you can also adjust the brightness of the screen if you want it brighter, or leave it on standard. Now I'll run through the comfort settings of the device. So on the right hand side here, you'll see your main menu. Up the top you have info. When you click the button here to go in, this will give you the details of your last few nights sleep. So for example, you can see the night before I did 9.6 hours of usage, my AHI was 0.7, and I got full stars for mask and humidity. You can also then scroll down the bottom here and drill down into the data a bit further, so you've got all of your detailed data as well on the device, and you can see all the different days of data that are currently available. The better way to look at this data though is through the Smart Sleep app, which you can download onto your device. The next section of the menu is the humidity section. Now remember, you can only access this if you've got water inside your humidifier chamber, so please make sure that you've got water in there when you set this. When you go in here, we have a number which goes from 1 up to 8, and this is basically how much moisture is going to be produced by the humidifier chamber. So there's a heater plate on the bottom of the humidifier. The higher the number, the hotter it gets, so the more moisture it's going to produce. And this is designed to stop you from having airways that dry out. Keeping it on manual means that you can control the humidity level. I normally start on about 1 or 2, and if I have too much moisture in my mask, then I'll sort of knock it back a bit. If I'm still really dry, then I can knock it up a bit from there. So I like to use it manually, but there is also, if you scroll back down to the left, an auto option. The auto option means that the device will take a reading of the ambient room temperature and humidity level, and it will decide how much moisture to produce for you. Now, occasionally it can get it wrong, like all CPAP devices, so if you want to take over, by all means just go straight in and set it on 1 or 2 and then start from there. Press the button to exit that part of the menu. Mask fit is something you run when you are testing the mask fit of your device. It will run the device on high pressures when you have the mask on your face, just to see if there's any leaks there, so you can adjust your mask. Next we have the comfort settings. On the top left over here, we see IPR. IPR stands for Inspiration Pressure Relief. So if you can imagine, if you were breathing in, let's say your therapy pressure was, say, 8 centimeters of air. So that's the higher the number, the more pressure there is basically. So you're breathing in at that amount, which is filling your lungs and holding your airway open. However, if you are also breathing out at that same pressure, you might find it hard to exhale against the air that's also coming in. So the IPR setting is a pressure relief function which gives you full pressure when you inhale, and then as you exhale, it backs the pressure off. So this makes it easier to breathe in and out. This can go up to 3 centimeters lower than your inhale pressure. However, we find that it feels the most natural and easy to breathe on set at number 2. So if you want to change it, you can just click on there and you can change it to off, which means that your inhale and exhale pressure will be the same, or you can have the exhale pressure back off either 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, or 3 centimeters of pressure. I like to leave it on 2. Start there, see how you go. The auto start and auto stop options are ways to turn the device on and off simply by breathing into your mask. So you might have gone to the bathroom at night, you come back in and you put the mask back on and start breathing. The device will start automatically if auto start is turned on. This saves you having to press the button on the top of the machine or find the machine. Simply just get into bed, put the mask on and start breathing. Also, when you get up in the morning, you can just take the mask off and air will blow everywhere for a second or two, and then it will turn itself off if the auto stop is also selected. The preheat option is not something that we normally use. It just basically preheats your humidifier chamber so that the moisture is ready to go. However, nobody really uses this. It's kind of like putting on your electric blanket half an hour before you get into bed to feel nice and toasty. Just not quite as satisfying as an electric blanket in my opinion. The next tile is got to do with ramp. So we have the pressure of the ramp and the ramp time. Now, I actually don't recommend that you start with a ramp. If you've got an automatic device, we have a floor and a ceiling pressure that is designed to operate in. The floor pressure is set so that it's nice and comfortable for you to go to sleep on, and the device will start treating you as you need. A ramp feature was really used in the fixed pressure days when everybody was on fixed pressure. Some people had to be on a single pressure that was really quite high, and it was uncomfortable for them to go to sleep in. So in that case, you could basically set a ramp for the machine to start off at a much lower pressure so you could go to sleep, and over a period of time it would gradually ramp up to the therapy pressure to keep you treated. The downside to a ramp is, while the ramp is in effect, you're basically not being treated for sleep apnea because it's trying to make sure that you're asleep first. Just so you're aware, the pressure ramp one on the left here tells you what your lower pressure can be to start with. So my start pressure is 6, so it gives me a pressure up to 6, so between 3 centimeters and 6 centimeters that I could select if I wanted to. And I can also select the time. So let's just say I wanted to start at 4 centimeters to have it really low pressure, I could then say I want it on 4 centimeters for say 10 minutes or 20 minutes or however long I think it's going to take me to get to sleep, and it will start low and then build up to my start pressure over that period of time. The next tile, heated tube. So the heated tube works in conjunction with the humidifier. So think of the humidifier as wet heat because that's producing moisture from the heater plate underneath water to produce moisture and humidity. That then goes into a tube, like a long cold tube if it wasn't heated, and you'd end up with excess condensation and big water droplets and water in your mask. So the numbers here indicate how hot do we want the tube to get. So the idea is that the warm moist air goes into a tube that is now temperature controlled, so that way the size of the moisture particles are still small when they get to your mask, so they're effective in moisturizing your airway. So I would basically start on 1 or 2 for the heated tube. If you find that you're really dry, then you could sort of knock it down a bit. However, I actually leave mine on 2 and I just adjust my humidity level up or down to see if I want more moisture or less moisture. But just so you know, if you have it cranked right the way up to 5, you're likely to get a lot of sort of hot, dry air in your mask. And if you have it down too far, you might end up with some excess condensation or droplets in your mask as well. So the idea behind a heated tube is just to get that balance between the wet heat and the dry heat, so that way you end up with a nice, comfortable therapy as far as humidification goes. Lastly, here we have the mask type. So if you've got a nasal pillow, which are the prongs that go in the nose, then you click on pillow. If you have a nasal mask like I use, a cup that goes over the nose, or a cradle that goes under the nose, you would choose nasal. Or if you have a mask that covers your mouth as well, then you would choose full face. I'll go back down to nasal, and there we go. You can scroll back out and get out of that menu. The last tab is the settings tab. If we click on that, the first bit is what measurements we're using. So in Australia, we always use measurement of centimeters in water, H2O. Language is obviously English. We set that at the start. Wi-Fi and oximeter is on. They're the two things that are really important to know to make sure before you use the device. You can adjust your screen brightness up or down. And make sure the date is in the right format, the date is there and the time, and you also have an alarm clock function, which is pretty cool. So you can turn that on and then you set the alarm, the time that you want the alarm to go off. I'm just going to turn that off so it doesn't go off. All right, Okay, so now that you're an expert on your new iBreeze device, you're ready for your first night. In order to get the best tips, that we did a video called How to Sleep with CPAP. It'll be emailed to you shortly, but if it's not, you can look it up on YouTube. Just look up How to Sleep with CPAP and CPAP Direct. It's our most watched video. It's got some really great hints and tips. As long as you've set up the app and your Wi-Fi and you're all ready to go, then time for your first night on therapy. So enjoy. If you have any questions, please reach out to your healthcare provider or support. Thanks very much. And if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest updates.